Starting a podcast has its challenges, but it also has its benefits too. If you're sitting on the fence wondering whether to start a podcast, then stick around as I share with you my story of my experiences so far throughout my podcasting journey. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back again. You're hanging out with Tar on PJ 1.0. In today's episode is the final episode of my mini-series where I'll get to share my story throughout my podcasting experience, but also the challenges and the benefits and a recap on the journey and also what to expect in the new season. So stick around to find out at the end of this video. So there's this beautiful anonymous quote I came across which reads, "We don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges." And part of that for me was when I started my podcast. Although I knew a few things that I wanted to get started with in a podcast, I didn't actually know as much as I should have getting started. And yes, I know there are so many experienced podcasters out there that offer the tools and assistance with helping you to develop at a rapid rate. But for me personally, I wanted to experience the whole ordeal of it by starting from scratch, not knowing what to do, but learning from what I've done. So for example, in my first episode, I created a 3-part mini-series, and basically I kind of went with what little I knew just to get started. Unfortunately, the challenges that came with it were the location that I thought was going to be perfect for my first take on creating my first podcast. However, it didn't eventuate to that, so it meant getting creative and just starting. It was also not having the right tools to really assess everything and just to get started. So yeah, from day one, the challenges that it came with was unexpected events that needed some quick adjustments which I had to quickly adapt to and make it work. And even though I knew that it was never going to be perfect first up, and yes, I could have done it at a way where I would have started on a great note, but I wasn't afraid of actually just starting it rough and raw. And even though I thought it was perfect at the start, looking back at it, it wasn't. But that was, to me, that's still part of the process of learning from my first production. Then secondly was trying to get creative, trying to go behind the scenes to show in the next video after that, and having a look at my simple setup, which had books and tables and my tripod, my phone as well to do my video recording. Because even though I know that there's the audio way to do a podcast, I still chose to do a video podcast, which to me is getting uncomfortable with that whole process of doing the harder side of a podcast. To me is more about going through that hard, uncomfortable feeling to really develop the confidence to continue to push on through, because over time I feel like I get to learn more and more, and which I did. And the next videos after that, like, there were so many little things that I look back and started to pick up on, like my audio. I thought it was actually coming through the lavalier mic. It wasn't. It was actually coming through my phone in the first 3 videos that I did, and I didn't realize that until I purchased the mic. And because I plugged it into my laptop to use the software was Clipchamp. That's an inbuilt one on Microsoft. I've just started using that audio interface for the time being of trying to do all my audio, which is, it's something new that I've been learning gradually. And also I got to learn all the little video editing tricks from another software called CapCut. So throughout my journey, there's always been something new to learn. And the challenges that I come across each time led to the benefits of continuing to learn something new throughout the process. So these small things that I had to learn, I chose to learn, not only for me to get a better understanding of how it all works, just simply understanding how certain softwares work, certain editing systems such as the CapCut, learning about more of the whole editing system. And to me, I still feel nervous when I start a video, but I still look forward to getting it done too as well, because I look forward to the process of like editing it. So the structures are starting to fall into place. Like, even though I did miss the video yesterday, I've been maintaining a certain system where I made sure I would shoot my videos on a Tuesday. But yesterday, the challenges that I came across were like the environment. There's a certain area I like to go to at the beachfront. Unfortunately, it was crowded, and I didn't want to like be out on the picnic table in front of everyone doing my podcast. It's a bit embarrassing, but at the same time, it was like, well, I kind of feel comfortable when there's no one around. For now, it's just about getting comfortable with just doing it on my own first before I can start to venture out. And that's the whole idea of me doing the podcast, because there are other areas that I like to explore. But that's the reason why that the challenges that I faced, I found was a beneficial lesson to learn from it in order to improve in those areas. Such as for each time I would do a video editing and I would learn some new trick, even if it was just like animations, a mask on the editing system. To me, it was like, oh wow, that's so cool. Like, I was proud of the work put into trying to get as best as I can for my editing, throughout my editing, to try and produce the best video I can for now. So part of the journey has been, yes, it's been challenging, but to me personally, it's the challenges that provide the stepping stones to help you to grow and level up throughout each recording, which helps me to learn new things, not only about the software and the systems that are in place to or enhance my podcast, but it also made me become someone that's committed to really wanting to follow through with it, because deep down inside, there are other topics that are close to my heart that I would also like to talk about. Podcasting theme was just more about me getting started, and maybe that was the wrong approach, but it was still something that I went with just to get started, because somewhere down the track you can always look back and go, damn, that's a hell of a story to tell someone about, that's just me thinking out loud about possibly what could be for the future, but also a lesson that hopefully can help others and inspire others that are probably worried about not having the perfect equipment, the not knowing everything straight off the bat like me, but I'm still willing to push through the process in order to understand it better as I continue to push on through. So the challenges that we face only help us to grow through what we go through. And also, we all have a part to play in distributing the care, the support, the encouragement of whatever we like to talk about, because deep down, I believe that we're all on this planet for a reason, and we all have the power to make a difference in helping one soul at a time. So don't give up, or don't hesitate to get started with creating or starting up your podcast. Just get started like I did. And down the track, I believe you'll definitely come out on top at a place in time where you'll feel so much more comfortable. And hey, if you did like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, as it will help me to continue to grow. But also, even though it's been challenging also not to get any feedback, it still hasn't stopped me from continuing to push on through, as I still believe that not getting feedback makes it harder to continue to improve on what you can and can't, because you're not too sure of what it is you need feedback on. But that doesn't mean that you give up. There are ways to still continue to find out from friends, family members, to like, hey, can you guys give me some feedback? I need to know where I'm lacking, where I can improve on. So yeah, I believe it's a great experience to learn more also about yourself, how capable you are at handling such challenges that so far only include yourself as a solo podcaster like myself, I continue to keep pushing on through to experience new challenges and see how to overcome them. Because I think through each challenge is a solution, or through each problem or issue is always a solution. That's why everyone's here on YouTube. They're always looking for the solutions. And that's why I'm here to also even figure it out for myself, to find those solutions, which are to improve in certain areas in my podcasting experience. So that's my story so far throughout my podcasting experience. And I hope that somewhere along the way that some of you can relate to, and some of you are willing to get started and get your groove on. You got this, man. There's nothing to fear or worry about. The only person that's denying you the progress of moving forward is you. So thank you again for taking the time to watch this final episode to my mini-series. So what we got to talk about today was just my experience throughout my podcasting journey, and also some of the challenges that I faced I saw as the stepping stones that were beneficial to me in improving in areas throughout my podcast experience. From things that I would never have dreamed of doing, like learning how to do some video editing, which was pretty cool. Getting creative with an intro, my audio. Had no idea that I wasn't actually recording a proper decent audio because it was coming through my phone, even though I had my lavalier hooked up. So there was some pretty interesting things that I found out. And that's the thing. You get to find out a little bit more each production. There's always something new to learn. And finally, which is to talk about a topic that is close to my heart. It's not the fun topic to talk about, which is to do with mental health or the mental state. And in the new season of the new month of this year in 2024 is when I get to go around and meet with some people that I know who hold workshops, individuals who've gone through some struggles throughout their mental health, and also business owners who can share some of their experiences from their mental states of maybe the stress, the pressures of what their business operations were like. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty excited of really now knuckling down and talking about something that's really close to my heart. So thank you again, guys, for taking the time listening to my podcast. And please subscribe, hit the like button. And if there's someone out there that you know of is wanting to start a podcast because they have something they would like to really share with others, then send me a message, maybe we could collab and do some interviews together. As in the new season, it's what I'm looking forward to doing as well, with interviewing some of the guys that I know, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty excited now. I'm starting to feel it within that I get the opportunity to really home in on a particular topic that it's close to my heart. So thank you again for taking the time, and I do appreciate you watching this video, but also for the views and a couple of the subscribers that I got. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you, man. Love you, man. And like I always say, spread love and kindness wherever you are around the world. Peace out. Awesome, Tar. That's a wrap, brother. Ooh, ooh.